What are we doing? You sound like Santa Claus.
Alright. Motivation.
There's a song about motivation
Alright. How'd it go?
by Kelly Rowland.
Oh, yeah.
It's an R&B song. It's an ugly song. Though. Don't listen to it.
Okay. Alright.
It motivates you for other things.
No, it's no good. Past that stage, kids grown. No, we're gonna stop that.
What is that, Norris?
Motivation take two.
He's taking pictures right now.
Oh. Alright, what's your motivation?
Well, I have a family history of strokes, high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart disease. Big time heart disease on both sides of my family. My grandmother actually had a stroke 12 years ago, and that's the only thing that she has going on besides diabetes, and she controls that with her diet. But before then, you know, nobody in my family really exercised, didn't care what they ate. They ate kind of whatever you put in front of their face. We love fried chicken. We eat when somebody dies, when somebody has a baby, when you're happy, when you're sad, you just eat. And that's how kind of we show love. You know, if you don't get seconds, then you didn't appreciate what grandma cooked type thing. So
You sound like the South.
yes,
Period.
it does. It was hard to adapt, but my mom was the first person that kind of initiated being healthy in my family. And she works out all the time, sporadically of course, but she walks. And before she had me, she was extremely in shape. And then after she had me, she had other things she had to focus on, which were me. So she changed her diet. She was really, you know, watched sodium intake. She was really big on sodium intake. She watched her calories. She's done every kind of thing that you could do to kind of adjust your diet. And I mean, she's relatively healthy and in shape, and she has had no heart problems, no diabetes. Blood pressure has been a little bit of an issue, but it is genetic. So the fact that it's just coming on now, and she's about, I'm not going to tell you how old she is, because she might get mad at me.
Yeah, she might watch this video.
Yeah, she might get mad at me about that, but it really scares her to thought to get on medication, because it can affect your body so much. And that's kind of what motivates me. I've had, you know, family members that have died from cancers and different things that they couldn't control, and then I've had family members die from emphysema from smoking for so long. It's just a lifestyle, and you got to choose whether you are going to feed the disease or whether you're going to fight it. And
Right.
I choose to fight most of the time, unless I'm stressed out.
Yeah, then
There's human nature, though.
Yeah.
That's why God gave us a choice.
that's right. Yeah.
What's your motivation?
Pretty much the same thing. My sister died, massive heart attack. Golly, when was it? 85? It's a long time ago. So she was 26 years old, 303 pounds.
Wow.
Yep, had a massive heart attack on Christmas Day. And then my father, again, diagnosed with diabetes, and then watched him go through the complications of diabetes, W amputation, dialysis, and then eventually, you know, passing away from infection, because at that time, you can do dialysis at home. But the downside was, because it's fairly new, they used to get a lot of infections when they did it at home. Then, like I say, he passed away from infections and stuff like that. And my aunt, his sister, massive heart attack. So, you know, I just made up my mind that I'm going to take care of myself and work out hard, eat right, and then bring as many people as I can on that journey. Yep.
Well,
So-
education's a powerful thing. When you teach somebody the importance of, you know, when you have diabetes, it's not just, oh, I have to check my blood sugar. It's you have to stick yourself out so many times a day, or take a medication so many times a day.
Heck
You
yeah.
can't eat certain things. You know, you get an injury, you don't heal.
Mhm.
You know, my grandpa had diabetes very severely and ended up getting sepsis from it, and you know, in the long run, that's what killed him.
Mhm.
And he just couldn't heal. He had pressure sores that wouldn't heal. His body wouldn't heal. No antibiotic could touch what he had. It was really sad, and you know, it's just not worth it. And you know, you kind of, it's a selfless thing when you eat healthy, but it's also you're doing it for other people, not just yourself. You got to think about your children. You got to think about your parents. You know, everybody in your family that's going to have to watch you, you know, kill yourself, pretty much. And there are worse things in life than death, and I never knew that until I lost family members from health disorders and that they could have prevented. And it's really.
But you know what? You touched on something that I say that to many people. You never think of it like that. Because when I was out in the drug world years and years and years ago, I thought I was only hurting myself. I thought me running around and going to rehabs and all that crazy stuff. This is before, you know, the Lord picked me up, cleaned me up, and turned me around. But I didn't know I was affecting my parents. I was affecting my siblings, my brothers and sisters. They was hurt by this. I'm thinking, oh, I'm just hurting me. I'm just hurt. This is my body. I can do what I want to do. Well, you know what? Every choice you make is going to affect someone. It's like if I pull up at a drive-thru and I got to smile and I say something nice to a person to actually change their whole day, you know, or make their day, you know, it affects someone. So everything we do affects someone, you know.
Sure
but
does.
we don't think like that. We think it only affects me. But no, we all interconnected. We're, you know.
Very much so.
Definitely.
So be healthy.
That's right.
As best you can. It's hard sometimes, you know, we're humans, we have hormones, and you know, you get mad, you get stressed out, life gets hard. You got to keep in mind that it's the only life you got to live, and you need to make it the best you can. And who wants to spend their last 5 years, you know, having to help them do essential things like even using the bathroom or you know, cooking, like all these things that you have freedom to do now. If you don't get your health in check, how long do you have that, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 25, and you know, Lord willing that I live a very long and fruitful life, but at the same time, it's like my choices now can literally affect me 10 years from now, or even a year from now. If I pick up smoking, I could die from anything, you know? And
Right.
I mean, if the good Lord wants you, He's going to take you. It doesn't matter. And I know a lot of people that tell me that, but I don't want to go out because of what I have chosen to do. I want to go out because He wants me.
That's right. That's right. So I think everyone has to find their own motivation. You know, some people get motivated by just, hey, I want abs.
I want to look good
You
in
know,
that
I wanna
bikini.
look
Hey,
good in
I ain't
bikini,
gonna say
yeah.
I enjoy that. And you know,
Yeah.
everybody in my family says, "Oh, you look fine. You look fine." My husband he says, "You look great. You don't have to change for me. I like you the way you are." But you know, it's a self thing too, because you know, you look on the scale and you lost 5 pounds. You're like, hey, you know, your pants fit better. You don't feel, you know, like you can't move or tight as a tick or uncomfortable. I mean, that's confidence, and confidence goes a long way. That's the superficial stuff, but I mean, we're all humans and we all think that way.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you got to do it for you.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, you know, bringing perspective, I think a person, as far as motivation itself, you got to find whatever motivates you, because that's the most important thing. Without motivation, that's with everything. I mean, if you don't have that motivation, you're not going to do anything. You know.
You have no drive to do anything.
Yeah. And if it's superficial, something like, oh, I just want to look good on the beach or something like that, then, you know, that's not going to last long. I mean, you got a gym on practically every corner, and wonder why people are getting fatter or more overweight. You got all these diet programs. You got all these books. I mean, you got all these infomercials on TV, but nothing works, because without motivation, it's not going to happen. Yep. So you got to find motivation. I always use this example with my clients. I think I tell you this, that clients say, well, I can't eat like that. I can't do this. I say, well, if a person just duct tape a shotgun to your head and run away everywhere you go and say, if you eat that donut or you pick up that biscuit or whatever, I'm going to pull this trigger, I guarantee you, you're going to stay strict and you're going to be happy about it, because it's motivation. It's it's a crude example, but it's the truth.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Each their own.
yeah. But motivation is the key.
That's true.
Yep. So you got the right motivation. Yep.
Sounds good.
All right.
Stay motivated.
That's right. See you in the gym.
It's still going.
Stop.